do not underestimate the power of having your business on social media. What is my game plan to be seen and to be known by more people? It is very, very important that we understand that networking is a process of building relationships. So this segment of our program is our masterclass. I hope you're looking forward to this masterclass. There's a lot for us to discuss and to unpack in terms of multiple streams of income. I think the fireside chat conversation that we had with Witness was really, really good because it helped us to understand what is multiple streams of income and how we can generate multiple streams of income. So for this masterclass, what I would like us to focus on is the soft skills that all of us need to develop in order to generate multiple streams of income, but also in order to be able to network and speak to different people so that we can be able to grow our businesses. All right. Can you all hear me nicely? Yes. All right. If we can just have some noise control, especially at the back, please, so that everybody can hear us nicely, I would really appreciate that. So point number one, when you are growing your business and you want to be able to generate multiple streams of income, point number one is that you need to have a game plan. You need to have a game plan. For many of us, we are treating our business like a hobby, where we are saying, let's just try and see if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But the minute you treat your business as if it is just a hobby, you're not putting all of your energy into it, you are going to get hobby results. Somebody who's more talented, somebody who's less talented than you can actually go further than you because they are more committed than you. So having a game plan is important. Now, when I talk about having a game plan, what do I mean? Let me tell you what I am doing this time of the year with myself and with all of my clients. We are already planning for 2025. We are already sitting down and evaluating the year. How did it go? What worked? What did not work? We are creating a free resource for you that is going to be available at the beginning of December. And it's going to be a Monetize Your Business in partnership with FNB workbook that you'll be able to download to be able to evaluate your year. We need to ask ourselves certain questions so that we can be able to plan for the year ahead. Now, when you plan for the year ahead, already my 2025, I know what it's going to look like. I know what I'm doing in January. I know what I'm doing in February. I know what I'm doing in March. That's what I mean by having a game plan. You want to put it on your wall, and you want to ensure that you can actually see your game plan. So this thing of taking each day as it comes, each week as it comes, each month as it comes, life is going to life, right? So you want to be able to plan nicely. Now, what is it that we are planning? You want to think to yourself, what are the 3 major things that I want to achieve in the year? Sometimes, not intentionally, but we set ourselves up for failure. We start up in January, we are energized, we're excited. Yeah, 2025, it's my year, and it's 2025 and whatever. And we say all of these things. And we write a long, long list of the things we want to accomplish. And the list is too long, guys. We set ourselves up for failure. I like to work with the number 3. 3 is a magic number. What are the top 3 things that you want to achieve? Because by so doing, it helps you to also keep your mind focused. It's not split in a million different directions. then you are able to plan it nicely. What is my short-term goal? What is my medium-term goal? What is my long-term goal? So in the first quarter of the year, if somebody comes and says, hey, here's an opportunity, you look back, does it fall into any of these three things? If it doesn't, then no, you're not participating in that. If it's going to help you to achieve your goal, then yes, you can be able to participate in that. Because as entrepreneurs, we get distracted too much. And over and above being distracted, because a lot of us, we are multi-skilled, we are multi-talented, we are multi-passionate. We are confused about which direction to go. You want to do charity work, you want to do philanthropy, you want your business to grow, you want to do so many different things. Keep focused. Keep focused and be intentional about what you are going to focus on. When you are focused and you are intentional, you are going to then start seeing results. But if ubambala, uyegala, ubambala, what ends up happening is nothing gets fully cooked and everything ends up being half-baked. Be intentional and have a game plan. And even when the going gets tough, you might need to adjust your game plan a little bit, but it doesn't mean you have to throw everything away. Are we together? So having a game plan is very, very important. It's critically important. You cannot generate multiple streams of income haphazardly. You cannot generate multiple streams of income if you treat your business like a hobby, like a hustle, like a gig. We spoke earlier on about the fact that the word becomes fresh. If your business is a business, treat it like a business. Now treat yourself like a business owner, not based on where you are now, but based on where you want to be. If you are a team of one, but you see yourself employing other people in future, say thank you, we will get back to you. Start showing up as that version that you want to see of yourself and also of your business. All right. Noise at the back, please. All right. The next thing that you want to be aware of when it comes to your business is pricing. The next thing you want to be aware of when it comes to your business is pricing, especially when you want to generate multiple streams of income. One of the great things when generating multiple streams of income is that from a pricing perspective, it allows you to now play with different pricing. When you are only offering one thing, it means only the people that can afford that one thing can become your client. But when you begin to offer multiple things, it means that you can play with different pricing levels. Am I making sense? So let me just use myself as an example. I'm a coach, I'm a mentor, I work with entrepreneurs. Maybe somebody cannot afford to work with us on a retainer basis. We've got a book. They're able to start off just purchasing the book. Then maybe, for example, another person will be like, oh, okay, I've purchased the book. Now I want to get some more information. Then they can come to an event. Maybe the event, then the pricing might be 500 Rand or whatever the case is, right? Then from there, they're able to graduate to other things. The point that I am making with this is that when you look at multiple streams of income, it does not mean that everything you do is going to be expensive. You have your entry-level pricing, and that's where the majority of people are going to come in. And when the majority of people come in, what we call that is you are working on economies of scale. There you are working on the more people come in, the more you are able to make. Then the higher your ticket price is, maybe it is for one-on-one, or maybe you're hosting a retreat. Those types of things are going to cost a little bit more. So there you are not looking to attract everybody. You are looking to attract a specific type of individual to be able to come into that. So when you are looking at multiple streams of income, please bear in mind the different levels of pricing so that you are able to cover the base of different people that can actually be able to buy from you. Am I making sense? How many of you are currently comfortable with your pricing in your business? How many of you have got a pricing challenge in your business? You've got, can we get the roaming mic, please? Let us hear what your pricing challenge is so that we can unpack it. There's a gentleman over there with a blue t-shirt. You can raise your hand again. Tell us, what is the pricing challenge that you are currently facing in your business?
Well, actually, I've been with more and more customers. Well, my name is Sillo Johannes Charlie. Well, I'm dealing with refrigeration.
Okay.
So the thing is just that when I come across some customers, like they come across like, whereas I put a price on that price, whereas like they don't come across like saying like, okay, just fix this thing, then we can be able to give you that certain amount of money. Then I have to, on my other side, I have to deduct.
Yeah.
And when I deduct, there are parts which I'm buying,
Yes.
and also there are gases which I have to refill. So those things cost me more. So I have to, in order to fix for a customer, I have to deduct. Maybe let me say, okay, maybe my price it will be my 750. Then I have to deduct maybe around about like 150, maybe for a customer, so I can be able to fix for them.
Yes.
So if what I don't do that, I'm losing customers. So that's something which is like more challenging to me. So I have to make sure that I have to give those customers a good service,
Yeah.
so that I can be able to get more and more customers.
Yeah.
So that's more challenging to me in order to pricing and all that.
You know, I'm wondering, is your challenge pricing, or is your challenge that you are not attracting the right customer that can afford your service?
No, you know what? Like in a township like this, we're working with more and more people.
Yes.
Like I've got a business whereby like it's here around the township.
Yeah.
So most of my customers, like I have to make them happy in order for them to give me more and more customers.
Yes, got you.
So in regard to my product which I'm buying, like gases, thermostators, if what I go there, like let me say, okay, I'm short with a 1 rand or 10 cent, they won't give me.
Yes, yes.
But if what I have to fix for a customer, it will be more challenging because like I have to deduct that certain amount.
Yes, yes. So it would actually be more helpful, not so much changing the customer base, but getting more customers so that you are able to service more people.
That's true, ma'am.
Okay, great stuff. You know, sometimes the reason I'm kind of unpacking with you is because sometimes it's important for us to understand what is the actual problem that I'm solving for within my own business. Sometimes we think it's a pricing issue, but sometimes if I'm selling something to a student who can't afford, the problem is not the product, it's the fact that I'm selling to a student, right? So sometimes you may find that you may not be speaking to the right target market. Other times you may find that the target market is fine, but we need to understand the affordability of that target market. So if that target market can afford to this particular level, then it means maybe I need to double my customer base, triple my customer base, or further extend my customer base, in which case I've got an advertising and marketing problem. So it's not the pricing, it's not the customer, it is the fact that I need more people to know that I exist. I need more people to be able to buy from me. So then when you are sitting down and doing your game plan, it means you now need to sit down and say, what is my game plan to be seen and to be known by more people? Right? Do I go to events like this and distribute my business card, or do I network and say, I'm going to talk to 10 people? Am I going to give an offer that can be made in order for people to be able to know who I am and what it is that I do? Do I go door to door? Do I create a referral system so that if somebody refers somebody to me and they become a successful customer, then I'm able to give them a commission? What is it that I can do to get myself further out there? So sometimes what we think is the problem, we need to just break it down a little bit more so that we can get to the root of it. Am I making sense? Great stuff. Do we have any other questions from the floor? Are we good? Okay, I see there's one there at the back.
Okay. What the other thing I was going to ask is that since we got the vendor numbers, okay, we are getting some other stuff from the, let's say from the government or from where they will be asking like, let's say to buy things like which I have to buy and deliver them to them.
Yes.
And then my problem is I don't know how to calculate my makeup price because I'll be buying something, let's say I'm buying something for 100 rand. How do I put my profit? How do I count my profit then? Because I know that it will be a lot. It will be like some other people will be tendering for the same items. They will be sending emails to other people. But how do I calculate my profit? That's my problem. That's all what I needed to know.
Okay, great. Thank you. You know, there are different strategies that you can use for that. Especially if you are going through the tendering process. Now, these are secrets we're sharing. That's a safe space, right? All right. So there are different things, there are different strategies you can use. First of all, if you are tendering and you know that there are certain companies that are always winning in this tender process, maybe they've got years and years of experience, etc., and so they know how to do these things and do the pricing. You actually want to research your market as much as possible. So number one, you want to see what are your competitors' rates. Other times you can send inquiries to other companies that are within your industry and say to them, listen, we are representing a company or whatever, and we want you to actually pitch for XYZ, and see what they actually come back with. That is part of your research. Any good individual that is good in their industry, I promise you they know what their competitors are doing like the back of their hand. So you want to actually be able to see what are other people submitting as well. Because here's the truth. You don't want to overprice and you also don't want to underprice. And even if you do price a little bit higher, if you know that you can justify that, and you are able to give additional value that the potential customer is actually looking for, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you would be doing that because you've done your research and it is within that particular context. So I need you to get clever about how do I find out what other people are going for, what the going rate is, because you may find that you may be missing the mark, and every time you're going through this process, and it's a long process, and then every time you are not quite hitting it where you want to hit it. So you need to find a way of making sure that you are understanding the industry you're in, what the industry standard is, so that you can then be able to benchmark yourself against that. Am I making sense? Okay, great stuff. Do we have any other questions on the floor? Are we good for now? Okay, great. So having that tiered pricing is very important. You go from small or lower pricing right up until your bigger pricing. Okay. The next thing that we really need to learn how to do properly, and Witness did also bring this up as well, is networking. Networking. But we need to know how to do networking properly. Let me tell you what networking is not. Networking is not being at an event like this, going up to people and saying, hey, I do car wash. Here's my card. Please support my car wash. Hi, I do car wash. Here's my business cards. Please support my car wash. I don't know your name. I don't know anything about you. There's nothing that's going to make me remember you after I have left the workshop. So when it comes to networking, it is very, very important that we understand that networking is a process of building relationships. Networking is a process of nurturing those relationships. Every single relationship is a two-way street. In as much as you are interested in yourself, you must also be interested in other people. When people see that you are interested in them and you have a good chemistry with them, they are going to remember you. Oh, that's that nice lady who does makeup. Oh, that's that nice gentleman who's got a car wash and he was telling me about his passion for washing cars. You allow yourself to become memorable. So networking is not a short-term thing. You don't meet somebody on Monday and you get a contract on Thursday. It does not work like that. So let's manage our own expectations. Networking is about building relationships and depositing into that relationship bank. You cannot make a withdrawal out of the bank without first making a deposit. So sometimes it can take months to nurture a relationship. Sometimes it can even take years. So your objective when you are networking with people is to introduce yourself. Yes, you can tell them about what it is that you do. Then you want them to introduce themselves and tell you about what it is that they do. Find chemistry and conversation points. Then from there, you want to be able to exchange contact details, whether it is your WhatsApp telephone numbers or even following each other on social media. Now, what are you doing? You are building that connection. Whenever that person posts on social media, you can like the post, you can leave a comment. And what are you doing? You are now building a relationship with that individual. They see that you support them. They see that you repost their content. They see that you attend their events and you're very supportive. When you support someone, do you think that the day you ask for a small inyana favor, they're going to say no? Of course not. And why won't they? Because you have deposited into the relationship bank. But imagine if every time when you hear from someone, it's because they want a favor. It's not nice. All of us have experienced it. We've got friends like that. We've got family like that. They only contact you when they want something. So do not become that person in somebody else's life. So when it comes to networking, please have that long-term mindset to say, I am going to start to build relationships. Relationships with people in all kinds of industries. They don't even have to be in my industry. And the reason for that is life is very, very interesting. You actually do not know the point at which you are going to need a favor from someone. Who's in the restaurant business? Who's in the trucking business? Who is in the refrigerator business? You never know. So even when you are networking, never ever underestimate or undermine anyone, because you don't know where you might need each other somewhere further along the line. But networking is such an important thing. The biggest asset you can have over and above having property and money and all of those things is a network of people. Because when money fails, it is the people you are able to pick up the phone and call and ask for a favor that are going to be able to bail you out. So that is the principle behind networking. The other thing that networking will do for you is that it will open doors that you did not expect. Simply because somebody likes you, they refer you to someone else, and that person refers you, and that's where your next deal comes from. So it means that the network actually started from that first relationship, but that needed to be nurtured first before you get to the third one where a deal comes from it. But you look at the person today and you think, but this person isn't going to help me with anything. and then as a result, you ignore the relationship. So networking is very, very important. The other element that I need you to think about, and this is one of the next points, is collaboration. Collaboration. We hear about collaboration all of the time, but we fail to do it properly. I don't know why. We fail to do it properly. Collaboration can help you to go where you want to go faster and more conveniently. There is somebody out there who has platform skills, resources, and knowledge that you do not have that you can benefit from, and you in turn give your platform skills, knowledge, and resources as well, right? I was having a conversation earlier on with this lady. I forgot your name. It starts with a K. Ginelwe. I was chatting earlier on with Ginelwe. She's a makeup artist. And she was telling me how she's a makeup artist and she would love us to work together and all of this stuff. And I was telling her, oh, that's amazing. You know, I'm hosting an event towards the end of the year. Let's talk about it. She's like, yeah, that'll be great because, you know, even your speakers and so forth. Ginelwe doesn't even know that some of our speakers that we have got, they've got millions of followers on social media. She can do their makeup. They can tag her in their stories or on their post, etc. Boom, organic traffic. Organic traffic, just like that. You understand? And obviously, if you like someone's service, you can use their service over and over again. That is collaboration. We are able to provide a nice offering to our speakers. She is able to get the networks in place. We're able to announce on the stage, guys, this is the person who's done the makeup. Her name is Ginelwe. Go and chat to her afterwards, etc. So sometimes we need to look and stop viewing other people as competition and start asking ourselves, how do we actually work together for the greater benefit? And one of the things you need to understand with collaboration is that it's a two-way street. In the same way I gain something, Ginelwe must also gain something. If I'm the only one gaining, it's not a collaboration. If Ginelwe is the only one gaining, it's not a collaboration. It must always be a two-way street. So even yourself as a small business, when you are having conversations with other people about collaboration, don't come acting small. Don't come as if you are asking for a favor. You also have value to bring. You are also bringing value to the table. This is what I am offering, and this is what I am asking for. So that at the end of that collaboration that you have, you feel that you have been able to benefit and gain something, which means that you can then continue collaborating with that person in future. But there's nothing worse engaging in a project with someone, and at the end you feel like, hey man, I feel a bit used. I feel like I didn't quite get out of this what I wanted. That is not good. So to avoid that, you yourself as a business owner need to be able to know, what am I looking to gain out of this? Is it visibility? Is it social media mentions? Is it an opportunity to retail for people to see my products and to be able to buy? You need to be able to express yourself in terms of what you want to get out of the collaboration. And likewise, do not be afraid to approach others to collaborate with you and say, hey, I am doing X, Y, Z, and I think it would be great for us to collaborate for the following reasons. This is the way that I'm thinking we can go about it. What do you think? Some will say yes, some will say no. And remember exactly what Witness was saying to us, no is a gift, it's an achievement. So don't say, I'm not going to collaborate with other people because I'm afraid of a no. Am I making sense? Great stuff. Do we have any questions? Don't be afraid to raise your hand and even ask how it applies to your own business, so that we can be able to further unpack. Okay, so we do have a quote from Ginela herself. Go for it.
It's not a question, but I would say a testimony based on collaboration.
Yeah.
So like when you said earlier on that we also need to look at it as it's either long term, medium term, or a short term. I remember way back I got connected to a recruiter who wanted hairstylist for a certain company. And when I looked at it, I was like, okay, I'm getting paid 400 for like 6-hour braids. It doesn't work for me. But I went in knowing that I'm going there to build relationships, right?
Yeah.
And just to show people my work, because sometimes there are places that you can't go, but you are called. And once you are called, you take that opportunity to leave a stamp so that people will say, oh, we know someone and we'll definitely call her. And it worked for me. I sacrificed some few hundreds, but it later came back in 100-folds because I remember we were doing a product testing for Darling SA. Out of that compromise, they later noticed my work and loved it. I remember Darling called me to do one of their ad as the head stylist. So it's all about looking at it. It's either are you looking to gain a long term or short term or a medium term, because once you identify that, then you will know as to can I go to this or not, can I collaborate or not. And we often need to look at the bigger picture as businesses. It might not be now, but when those people need your services, you know who to, you left a stamp, they know who to look for.
Yes.
So we need to look at it in that point as small businesses, the bigger picture at the end of the day, because the bigger picture, that's what will drive us to do more and more and more, because of you've got a bigger picture at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Well done. Yeah, that's really, really good. That's really good. You know, in the beginning, sometimes what we are doing is quite an investment, and we are investing into the future as well. So I definitely agree with you there. Do we have any other questions or comments from the floor? Are you good? Okay, fantastic. And now it's going to bring us to our final point. And this is now the point of building a brand online. Building a brand online. It is really important that whether it is your business brand or it is your personal brand, it is important for you to have an online presence. Yes, our businesses can be on the ground. Yes, we can do marketing on the ground. There's nothing wrong with that. But by having an online business or an online presence, it also allows you to ensure that your business has a greater reach and you are able to reach more people, even outside of the area that you may be. These days, you can go online and buy something from someone in Cape Town and they will courier the things to you. So it no longer matters where your business is. What matters is how many people know that your business exists. So it's important for you to be in the online space. For some of you, you might need to put yourselves out there. That's not easy at all. Guys, don't see us on social media talking there and thinking it's easy. It's not, right? But we understand that to be able to build our businesses, to be able to put our message out there, we have to step out of our comfort zone into our courage zone so that we can be able to put ourselves out there. So please do not underestimate the power of having your business on social media, of utilizing WhatsApp, of utilizing Google. You know that Google is the #1 search engine in the world. When people are looking for products and services in Diepsloot, a person can go onto Google and say makeup artist in Diepsloot, hairstylist in Diepsloot, mechanic in Diepsloot. Are they going to find you if they Google you? Are they going to find you? Have you registered your business on Google My Business? Are you on there? Because in order for your business to be able to be found online, you need to register on Google My Business. You put the name of your business, you put what you do, you put your location, you can even upload pictures of the products or services that you offer, etc. So that when a person is Googling, you have a high probability and chance of being found. There is no point in keeping your business a secret. Your business should not be a secret. Your business should be out there. I want to encourage you to have the confidence and the strength to put yourself out there even when it feels uncomfortable. Even when it feels uncomfortable. You do it shaking, you do it trembling, but you do it anyway. You know, even after this masterclass, we're going to have the pitching session. Those are individuals that are putting themselves out there. It doesn't mean they're not scared to come onto stage and tell us about their business. Of course they're scared. And whether a person wins or does not win, what it validates to them is that they were able to conquer their fears. And that gives you a level of confidence that you can take into your business to be able to do other things from there as well. So generating multiple streams of income, it is not just about putting out different products and services. A lot of this has got to do with you, your own development, your own growth, your own confidence building, your own nurturing of relationships, your own ability to show up for yourself, your own drawing up of a game plan, your own execution. The size of your business and where it is going to go is directly proportional to your self-esteem. Directly proportional to your self-esteem. If you do not believe in yourself, you cannot expect anybody to believe in your business. You cannot expect anybody to believe in your product or your service. So you first have to work on yourself. That, unfortunately, is the tough conversation of entrepreneurship that none of us are having. So sometimes we need to do that internal surgery and say, you know what, I'm shy or I'm afraid of public speaking. Let me work on my public speaking skills. You know what, I am shy or I'm afraid to go online. Let me find somebody who can help me. So often at times, the person we need to fight with is not our competitor. It is ourself. It is the version of ourself that we are today. That's who we are competing with. To better ourselves every day so that we can begin to walk and get to the path that we need to go onto. So I know it's a tough conversation to have, but I really want to encourage you to say, as we are now in the last quarter of the year, it is often a time that we reflect and we think about how the year has been. If we've made some mistakes along the way, if things have not necessarily gone according to plan, do not be too tough on yourself. Be honest with yourself about the areas where you need to improve and the areas where things can be done differently, and then begin with your game plan now. Don't wait and say, I'll do it after festive. Do it before festive, so that by the time we all go our different directions and we're having fun and all of those things, you have already done your reflection and you've already done your game plan. As I said, we are going to be distributing a workbook that is going to help you to reflect on the year that you have had and to plan for your 2025, so that when January comes, you can hit the ground running with your game plan. So make sure that you are plugged into the WhatsApp groups. Make sure that you are following Monetize Your Business on social media so that you can take advantage of those resources. It's absolutely free. You just download it, you can print it, or you do it on your phone, or you do it online, and then you can be able to make sure that you are setting yourself up for success. Are we together? It's been an absolute pleasure having this masterclass with you. It's been an absolute pleasure engaging with all of you today. Please make sure, if you are enjoying this workshop, tag Monetize Your Business on all social media platforms. Please tag at FNBSA as well. And the person who engages with us the most, our social media champion from Deep Fluid, what we are going to do for you is that we are going to ensure that we feature your business on the Monetize Your Business social media page so that more people can know about you and more people can be able to engage with your business. All right. But on that note, enjoy monetizing, and we are in this together. Thank you.